Welcome Helium community, my name is Eddie and here we're going to address some of the bugs and issues that happened to the Helium app, and people freaked out and unfortunately they're starting to dig somewhere else and changed some of the settings hoping to fix whatever is broken. Now the problem with that is all of the problems came from the back end, so from your side everything is working fine and there's no need to do anything or touch anything. So let me explain the whole process and explain how the troubleshooting with Helium should be like. So there are three main stakers in this. So the Helium network, because of the progress and it's getting bigger and larger, they need to come up with new updates to accommodate this growth. So these updates are usually sent to your hotspot automatically. So there's nothing, or 99% of the times, there's nothing that is needed from your side. There's no action required. So, but expect in the future, things are going to get more aggressive. So more hotspot updates, more fixes, and these fixes will always be 100% perfect. And therefore, when this happens, and I'll show you when to know if this is at your end or their end, but when it happens, all you have to do is just sit and relax and let it run as is. Also, the second one is the vendors update. So these hotspots, also the vendors or the manufacturers will send updates to your hotspot to update and accommodate whatever Helium network is doing. And therefore, these two might cause some issues with your hotspot on how it looks, but in reality it's still functioning as it's perfect. So now that we understand that there are two other stakers that they do these updates that can affect not your mining rewards, but affect the look of your Helium app, for example. That's what we witnessed 2 days ago. So if you saw zero earnings, if you saw your hotspot is off, if you saw it relayed, it's because of an issue that caused this. It's not because your hotspot has a problem. It's the back end, which is the Helium network in this case. So what you need to do is, we already know that all you need to do is provide internet and electricity. So if you're doing this and your setup is running fine and there's no issue with it, and all of a sudden you see it off, that most likely be from their back end. But how do we know that? The first thing that you should do is you try to have access to the hotspot dashboard. And if you guys don't know how, if you look up your hotspot vendor name and then space dashboard, most likely you will have access to it. The Bobcat miner, all you have to do is enter the IP address of your Bobcat miner on your browser, and then you will have access to the dashboard. So if you look up the dashboard and it looks green, everything looks healthy, the status is okay, everything looks fine, then you must understand that the back end from Helium or your hotspot vendor update that is causing something, a problem. But if everything looks fine in your dashboard, not in the Helium app, then you understand that there is something in the back end they're trying to fix and there's nothing from your side that you can do. Now, in case you have internet or electricity outage, the only thing that it can cause, it might show your Helium app relayed. And this is sometimes because it resets the router. So the router does not recognize this as a static, it will be dynamic. Now, I would leave it for a couple of days because I've seen mine was relayed because of an outage, and after 2 days it went off. There's nothing, it went away. So the best way to check with this, go to portchecker.co and you can check if the port is open or not. In this way, instead of just configuring the whole thing, you just check if it's working or not. So this is an easy troubleshooting. You understand how the networks work. You understand how your setup works. So if you have, a kind of setup that is done nicely, so you have no outage, internet is getting provided to your hotspot, then there's nothing else you need to worry about. So how can I double check on all of this? The best place is to go to official Helium community, Discord, then click on announcements, and on the announcement you're going to see any updates. You can read here, the team and StakeJoy are aware of an issue affecting both APIs. This impacts both Explorer and the app. You may not be able to view data, balance, account, or hotspot information. You won't be able to send transactions. Mining and rewards are not affected, just like we said. So now you come and read this. Instead of trying to figure out what's wrong with the hotspot, you just read this. You understand everything's working fine. It's just in the Helium app, it doesn't look, it looks weird. Such as you can't view the balance, the account, or just showing it's off, whatever it is. So that's the best way. You use your dashboard to check the status of your hotspot. If it looks fine, then don't touch it. You come to Discord to have a double confirmation of what's going on. And you can see the past 5 days, it's been going crazy. Also, you can come to the vendor announcements. You can see here yesterday, Bobcat Miner is releasing a new update to the miner firmware, and therefore you can expect some lagging in the system till it gets all the updates. So that's what I would do. Also, if you want to join SenseCap, if you have a SenseCap, join their Discord. They're very active there. They will tell you if there's issues, updates. You can see here there was an update on the 21st, and they will tell you if there is an action needed from your side or not. See, if we come back to the official Helium community announcements, you're going to see on the 20th of October there was a release. So what's good about this release, they're going to highlight if there's an action required from your side. So you can see here, important login action required. The first time logging into console after the upgrade, every user will need to log in twice, once to migrate their account and then another time to log in to console as usual. So it's a minor action, but now you're aware of what you're supposed to do. That's why you need to be checking with the Discord whenever you see a problem. Not just go try to fix it and spend the whole day trying to figure it out. So I hope you guys understand how this works, because I've been spending the last 2 days helping everyone from coast to coast, to the US, to everywhere. People that went in, they got panicked, and what they did is they went and played with the settings in the router, they played the settings in their Helium, they're trying to figure it out, rebooting, wasting their time, while actually the hotspot is working and functional, and mining. So that's basically it. All you have to do is remember, if your setup is done nicely, there's no outage, internet is getting provided, and it's been mining for the past week. Why did it stop today? And if my setup is perfect, it's because most likely it's from the back end. And the best way to do it are 2 ways. Check your dashboard. Does it look fine? Is your hotspot working fine? You did not have an outage? Then just go to the Discord and see what the problem that they have, and if there's any action required from your side. And always check both your hotspot vendor and the Helium community, official community. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that you did not panic or wasted some more time on this. I've seen a lot of people going crazy, including me. I'm not going to deny, but the only reason that I didn't panic is because I had 2 hotspots. One is SenseCap, one is in Bobcat Miner, both in different locations, and it did not make sense that I see both are disconnected with 2 different, internets, 2 different manufacturers. How could that be possible? So the first thing I did, check the dashboard, looked healthy. I did not worry about it. Then I checked the Discord, and they were telling it's still mining, everything's working fine. It's just the Helium app itself is not functional. And then I rested, and I was happy to just move on because I did not have to do anything. So if I were you, please do not panic and just let things run as it is, and just follow these easy to troubleshooting methods that I follow, and it'll make your life way easier. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.